Hey guys, today's video is a foundation first impressions and wear test on the Studio Fix Fluid Foundation by MAC. I'm so keen to give this a go. I feel like it is so iconic in the beauty world, not even like just within MAC. I feel like within foundations and within the cosmetic industry period. I've heard so many things about this over the years, so I'm really keen to give it a go for myself. If you guys are like my OG and you're my fan bam and you guys like follow me religiously, you already know how much I love MAC. So the fact that I was invited in store by MAC to have a complimentary shade matching and gifting of the product was just like, so amazing. So thank you so much, MAC, and thank you to the Broadway MAC store for hooking a sister up. It was an amazing experience. I had Zoe, she was the makeup artist, and she was so lovely, and she just knew her stuff. Without further ado, I'm just going to jump straight into actually trying this out and sharing my thoughts and first impressions on it. So before I go in with any product or start talking about the foundation, I'm just going to go ahead and use my MAC Fix Plus Prep and Prime. You guys know I never start my makeup without spritzing my face with this first. So in my little goodie bag, I was also gifted their Time Check lotion, which is, let me just like read you a little bit about it. So it retails for 68 Australian dollars. Obviously, if you're in the US, it'll be much less. If you're in New Zealand and places like that, it'll be a little bit more. But it says it's a mineralized Time Check lotion which utilizes ingredients that fight against time. It's delivered in a gel lotion formula that feels like a cooling, refreshing splash of water. It can be applied as a primer for makeup that glides like silk on top. So it says that it will smooth the skin, instantly reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. It's hydrating, reduces the appearance of pores, smooths skin, improves radiance, and it's for all skin types. I did use this on me yesterday when they were matching me and it felt amazing, so I'm definitely going to use it as my primer today. It is a 30 ml bottle, which is 1 fluid ounces, and it's in a glass pump bottle. Also, please ignore my mosquito bites and my terrible tan. I'm nearly due to scrub this off in like a day or two. It's going to have to come off and it looks rank right now, but we're just going to persevere and just ignore it. Just like I say, whenever my tan is dodgy, just ignore the tan. Very fancy looking. I don't know if I'd want to travel with this because I feel like it's so heavy, and I wouldn't want it to smash in my bag as well because it's glass. So probably not the most travel friendly product, but come on, pump out. Ooh. But it does feel very luxurious, the packaging though. Yeah, it's definitely cooling when you first apply it. And it's like, it's thick without feeling too thick. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, you know how you get thick primers and you feel like they're going to ball up on your skin? This feels very smoothing. I probably should have given you like an up close look of my face before I put this on, considering it's meant to like reduce fine lines and blur pores. Oh my gosh, that was a rookie error. I just totally didn't even think to do that. Sorry. I'm getting up close now though. I do have pores like around my nose and cheeks, but like they're not terrible. So as you guys can see, I have nostril hair. I need to pluck that out of my nose. But I have pretty clear skin at the moment. There's not really any active acne. I have a lot of blotchy red patches because I just have like pigmentation, and then these are just 2 pimples that have healed and they're just the scarring left over. But other than that, my skin feels pretty good at the moment. I've just had like 3 days in Sydney and I feel like my skin always sort of neutralizes when I'm in Sydney. It's been really dry up until that point, but it's feeling pretty normal right now. So it's not necessarily overly oily and it's not necessarily overly dry at the moment. Okay, so this is the Studio Fix Fluid here. They matched me to shade NC20 and it retails for 50 Australian dollars, and it contains 30 mils or 1 fluid ounce, which is high end definitely, but it's not like the most expensive high end, if you get what I mean. And it says that it's a modern foundation that combines a natural matte finish and medium to full buildable coverage with broad spectrum UVA, UVP SPF 15 plus protection. It applies, builds and blends easily and evenly. It's comfortable and long wearing. It helps minimize the appearance of pores and imperfections, giving they're giving skin a smoother, more flawless look. So they say it's 24-hour wear. I will not be testing it for 24 hours though. It offers the SPF, it refines skin, it's comfortable, all-day oil control, oil-free, sweat and humidity resistant, and for all skin types. So it says you can use it applying a sponge or foundation brush, fingers, or whatever. So that's great. I noticed it doesn't come with a pump, so it just has like the just open top of the foundation. So yeah, if I had known that it didn't come with a pump, I would have purchased a pump myself because I do not like foundations that don't have a pump. I find this very messy. So obviously the downfall when you put the pump on is that you don't have like a cap, I don't think. I think it's just the exposed pump. I could be wrong, but I'm definitely going to buy that anyway. So NC20, I believe, is like a yellow undertone foundation. It looks pretty yellow to me, but I'm just going to take just one of my compacts and I'm just going to pour a little bit of that product onto the compact. Oh man, it feels so thick. So it's actually like kind of hard to get out. So I can't tell you how many pumps that is because obviously I don't know how many pumps that is. But as you can see, the consistency is quite thick, like that's not moving around at all. It's thick, but it's like very smooth. So I'm just going to use an end of a brush to stipple it on my face, but I'm just going to clean the brush first. So I'll just start with that much, and then I'm just going to use this is a Fenty Beauty makeup sponge, and I'm just going to pat. I feel like I can smell like the sunscreen in this foundation. Like it's not a bad smell, but I can definitely smell it. I feel like the color match is pretty good. It will probably match a little bit better when my tan is really fresh. I feel like it will be. And also for anyone that is a bit confused as to why my foundation doesn't match the color of my face, it's because it matches my body, which is my fake tan. So I just added a little bit more foundation on that like area of pigmentation I have on the side of my face, just to sort of give it a little bit more coverage. I feel like it's looking quite nice on my skin. I always feel like I need to wait like an hour once the foundation has warmed to my actual skin to really be able to tell you guys how it's sitting. I can see that it's like grabbing my facial hair a little bit, just where I've got a little bit of bum fluff. Like it's not bad, but once that product warms up with my skin, I feel like it'll always look better anyway. So I don't like to judge it straight away. Just like to wait till it sort of has a chance to actually sink in a little bit more. So far, based off like initial application as well, just off that side of my face, it is definitely medium straight off the bat. And I can see that it would be easily buildable, I feel like. It does dry down really quickly as well though. So that side of my face where like I obviously don't have much redness, I feel like that looks really flawless right now. Like really flawless. Don't know what it looks like on camera. It definitely looks a little bit dark, but we're going to fix it up with concealer. So I'm just using the shade Light in my Too Faced Born This Way concealer. And I'm just going to pop it under my eyes and in my usual places that I highlight. So I feel like that pink bit is definitely still sticking through the foundation a fair bit. But honestly, it's like I say every time I do a foundation review, I seriously like find it so hard to cover that pigmentation down there on my cheek. Like borderline impossible. It always peeks through even if it's just slightly. I don't think I've ever found anything that's like fully covered it. I feel like the concealer is blending so nicely over the top. I definitely don't think I'd use a brush with this foundation though. Like, I definitely like using a wet sponge. Oh, and by the way, this is damp. Like, it's not super wet, but it is damp. Definitely looking a little bit cakey around my nose, but I find I get that with like a lot of foundations. Just because I think my nose crevices are really deep. So I feel like it's looking a little bit cakey around my brows right now. But everywhere else, it's looking good. So I'm just going to take my MAC Light Mineralized Skin Finish, which is filthy because it's what I use to put the foundation on. But this is what I like to use under, excuse the vibration of my phone. This is what I like to use under my eyes because it's a nice light shade. I find it provides a lot of brightness. If I don't use like a tinted powder under my eyes, I feel like it makes them look darker. So I definitely prefer to use this under my eyes than like a translucent powder. And I'm also going to take this like between my eyes and around my brows where I put that concealer. I feel like I can definitely see it clinging to some of my facial hair. So now taking the same powder but in the shade medium, I'm going to use this to set the rest of my face. This is a little bit more neutral than the foundation color, so it might just like neutralize that little bit of yellowness I can see. And I'm using a large powder F30 brush, and I can't remember if I said the brush before, but my F35 highlighter brush, which are both from Sigma, and I have a discount code, which is just Hannah for 10% off Sigma brushes. Okay, yeah, I'm feeling like it's looking a million times better now that I've set my face. So the time is 10:18, and I'm just going to try and get the camera to focus on the phone. 10:18, but I'm just going to go finish the rest of my makeup, and then I'll come back and show you what everything is looking like. I'll give you a quick close-up now. I feel like everything's looking quite flawless. A little bit cakey around my nostrils. Brows don't seem to look too bad now that I've powdered. So after I've had this on for about an hour, like I said before, and it's all sort of had a chance to like warm up with my skin, I think it's going to look perfect. So I'll just finish the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. Hey guys, so it's nearly an hour later. It's 11:10 and girl, I'm feeling this foundation. I'm not gonna lie, when I first put it on, I was kind of a little bit worried that it was going to stay looking sort of a little bit cakey and sort of sitting on the skin rather than looking like my skin. But now that my body temperature has had a chance to like heat up the products and sort of settle them into my skin a little bit more, I am feeling it. I feel super full coverage. I feel super flawless. I feel airbrushed. I feel amazing. I really love how this foundation is looking right now. It is definitely very much a matte feeling foundation, so like I can feel it on my face, if you guys get what I mean. Like there's definitely a layer there, but it doesn't feel heavy and it doesn't feel like my skin can't breathe. There are some foundations which are super mattifying and super thick in consistency that leave me feeling like I can't quite like breathe through it, but I don't have that sensation with this foundation. I think everything applied beautifully on top. I think the color is perfection, and I'm just really feeling it. So I just need to take a little bit of a flash test quickly. I feel like there is a little bit of flashback, I'm going to say. Let me just try one more. It definitely has flashback. So there's the photo there. So as you can see, my face looks a lot wider in that photo than what it does in real life. So that's the only negative thing that I feel at the moment, because obviously SPF is great for protecting your skin from UV and sun damage and everything, but flashback, not so great if you're going to be getting pictures and flash photography and stuff like that. But that's like really the only negative thing I have to say about it right now. Other than that, I'm going to go and film a few more videos now, and I'll check back in with you guys at like 5 hours just to see how it's wearing throughout the day, and we'll go from there. Hey guys, so it's nearly 3 p.m. as you can see, and I'm just doing a little check-in. Actually, maybe you can't see because the brightness is so bright on my phone, but it is nearly 3 o'clock and I'm just doing a little, I think it's nearly 5 hours. And seriously, my makeup looks flawless. My foundation looks flawless. It's sitting beautifully on the skin and nothing has got even remotely oily yet. Nothing is caking into any fine lines other than just around my nostril in here, which is where I usually get product settling. I feel like my skin looks bomb AF. I don't know if you guys can see, but I think everything is looking beautiful. I'm super impressed, and I just filmed like all the try on clips for my fashion overhaul. So like I've been working it, girl. Like I've been taking clothes on and off. Nothing has come off my face. Nothing has faded. I've been like doing some dance moves while I was doing all my poses and stuff, and haven't even broken out in the tiniest bit of sweat on my face. Safe to say I'm pretty freaking impressed so far. Pretty freaking impressed. I'm excited to see how it wears for 8 hours. I feel like if it stays like this for the full 8 hours, I may have just discovered my new Holy Grail foundation. Oh, I wish I just had tried this sooner in my life.
Hey guys, so I'm just outside in my backyard. It is 6:15, so it's nearly been 8 hours that I've had the foundation on. I'm just coming outside because there's just like the tiniest bit of natural light still left, and I wanted you guys to see this foundation in all of its glory. I've just started to get like the tiniest bit shiny around my forehead, but other than that, the foundation has worn just so well. I'm really impressed with it. It definitely gets an awesome score from me. The only negative thing is that it has flashback, which obviously I go to like a lot of events, and this foundation would be perfect for me to wear to those events, like when I'm wearing my makeup all day long. But if I'm having flash photography, it's kind of like a no-no, because obviously I don't want to look like I have a really white face. So it's kind of that's the only thing that upsets me. But when it comes to like my makeup and doing like videos and stuff like that, it looks beautiful on film. It's just that I'm probably not going to be wearing it to events because of the flashback, which is a shame because it's so pretty and I just think my skin looks so good. And like, girl, in this like dusk lighting, it's just looking so nice. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to fill you guys in on. The dogs are running around like crazy, and I'm about to go get a burrito bowl for dinner because your girl is hungry. I've had like a bowl of Sultana brand today, that's it, because I've been busy working. You know, when you get in the mood to film and you want to create content, you just have to sort of like just get stuck into it and don't worry about things like eating. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please give me a big thumbs up if you did. I'd love to know if you've tried this foundation and what you thought of it, or what other foundations you guys want to recommend to me. Any others from MAC, doesn't have to be just MAC, just foundations in general. You guys know I love testing them out. I still have to do a Fenty Beauty foundation review. I have that sitting there, and to be honest, I haven't even touched it since I used it for the first time the other day, so I need to pull my finger out and do that too. But yeah, anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll be talking to you all really soon. Bye.